We're back with a group of high school students from the Bronx, all over the Bronx, who are here with us discussing the issues that are important to them nowadays. And we're finding out some interesting things about how they feel about some of these controversial issues that us adults discuss all the time, but the youth is thinking about them too. We don't think that they get involved. We're finding out today that they do get involved in many of these issues. And one of the things that we want to know is, how do they feel about this presidential race that we're involved in now? Is it McCain or Obama, or what? Before you tell me whether it's McCain or Obama for you, tell me, what are the issues that they're discussing that are important to you? Are they talking about something that all of a sudden caught your attention when you were watching them on TV? What are they saying that has meaning to you?
The issue that Obama and McCain are trying to do is, if they become president, they want to like stop the war in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like McCain has a bit of a more advantage over Obama because he is a military veteran, so he is qualified to be commander-in-chief. But Obama, on the other hand, is only a first-term senator, so he has a little bit of disadvantage.
So you think that as far as the war is concerned, McCain would be better then for that particular issue?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Najee?
I think that Obama should be president.
Okay. I didn't ask you that yet, but go ahead.
I know, because he seems to bring up a lot of good issues.
Okay. What are some of those issues? That's what we want to know.
Even though he, like, what's it called? Like, announced that he was gonna pull the soldiers out, that seemed like a bad idea. But even though he brings up a lot of like helping the economy and stuff, and that's what I'm for.
So it's domestic issues that you're concerned
Right.
about, what he's going to do here instead of what he's going to do in Iraq.
Right.
Wilson, how do you feel?
I agree with what he's saying, but I'm neutral on the whole race thing, because even though Obama is trying to help the economy, he still thinks that at a scheduled time he'll take out all the soldiers from Iraq, and he will like tell it to the world. And I think that that's not really smart war tactics, because that's pretty much telling Al Qaeda to like just hush down for a while, and after we leave, you can come back.
So you're against announcing a timetable for pulling out?
Yes.
You're in favor of pulling out. You think
Yes.
that American troops should go home, come home, but you don't think that we should tell the world when we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's your problem with Obama.
Yeah, but I still remain kind of neutral.
Okay. Who else wants to talk about this?
I think my argument against what he just said is that in America we always make that mistake of giving like out the information of what we're gonna do next. So I don't think that really has like an influence on whether he should or should not win. Personally, what attracted me about this election is what it was like staying in the war. But like I'm against the whole war thing because I think the country should focus more on the problems that we have within us and how it's affecting the youth and how it's affecting like our education, because there are a lot of teens that are in gangs and nobody's doing anything to stop them from being in a gang and anything like that.
Mhm. So what you're saying is that some of the money that we're spending on this war should be spent here at home.
Yes, because there's a lot of people that can't afford. Like we have a really great advantage like with school and like getting books and things like that. Like that's something that we should focus on, like getting our future like shaped, because like this country like is always based on perfecting things. But I know that it won't get to this point that everything is gonna be perfected, but we all need to have a pattern in life and a way to get to the place that we want, and we need like support from the country rather than the people around us too.
Matushi, how do you feel about this presidential race and Iraq? We're talking about both things at the same time, the war.
Well, I completely agree with Anna because she brought up a good point that like we really do need to put the money in us and not like outside of the place we are, because there are many homeless people, many people who really need this. And those people also need it, but like to a certain limit or something.
Mm-hmm.
So like those homeless people, they're on the streets, in the subways, like they just need somebody to branch out to them, and like it's really hard for them. So I think we should just put it there. And with the war in Iraq, I think that we should try like to do our best to like try and like stop it, reach an agreement. Cause I don't like death, and seeing all those people die is like really sad and like really scary.
What about the race factor? Do you guys believe that it's about time that we have an African American president? Is that a good thing?
I think that if you think that we need a black president, then you're wrong, because we don't need a black president. We need a good president, and if he just happens to be black, then that's the icing on the cake. Like he doesn't just because he's black, he doesn't deserve to be president. We've had pretty good white presidents, so and race has nothing to do with it. Like sex, gender has nothing to do with it.
But don't you guys think that, if we have a black president for the first time, what the message that sends to the rest of the world? I mean, the United States has this image around the world that we're very racist, that we're, anti-immigrant, that we're, and all of a sudden we send our leader, all of a sudden is a black man. I think it makes a statement in terms of like, look, we've come a long, long way in this country now. Right? Do you think, Najee?
I believe that if we have a black president, yeah, I agree with you completely. If we have a black president, then people will think of America, not just individuals.
They'll see this country in a different light,
right?
right? Am I right? Do you think so?
They'll think of us as more like racially acceptable, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll think of us as people who can accept any race, not just white.
There's a lot of stereotypes, and I know, Veronica, you want to talk about this. There's a lot of stereotypes in this country, and they also apply or affect the presidential race. It's all